Hey guys, Buffman Gaming back bringing another video today. And today in our blueprint series, we're going to be covering the big game sniper rifle blueprint for the AX50 that was in store today for the Outback Relief bundle. Now, as you see this bundle on screen, the one thing to note is that 100% of the profits will be donated to the relief efforts in Australia for the wildfires that are going on there that have claimed millions of animal lives so far. So that was announced by Activision and Infinity Ward today that 100% of the profits, past and future, will go towards the relief programs for the Australian bushfires. So I think this is, if anybody has the 1,800 COD points to spend on this, I think this is definitely a no-brainer as far as that goes. These wildfires have been going on for quite some time and claimed millions of animal lives. So I'm sure everybody's up to date on that and has seen this on their social media. But let's go ahead and get into the actual bundle itself. So the Outback Relief bundle comes with the Bushranger Operator skin for D-Day, as well as the big game sniper rifle for the AX50. Comes with a koala charm, a try harder sticker, the calling card called Grunt Gun Art. Hungry is the operator equip for D-Day. Comes with a stick and knife for a finishing move, as well as a 1 tier skip for this. So again, overall 1,800 COD points, which I believe is around $18. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's right around there. $18, maybe a little less, and 100% of the profits do go towards the Australian relief program for the bushfires. So now that we've covered that, let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you saw the operator for D-Day on screen, and now here you'll see the final design for the blueprint itself for the AX50. Now, for a blueprint, there's really no major cosmetic changes besides different pattern colors or camouflage colors. You see you have the base black, and then we have a different color for the upper portion of the rifle as part, and also as part of the buttstock as well. It does come with a different colored muzzle brake, being black versus the typical silver or gray, which would match the barrel for the AX50. You do have some minor changes to the receiver itself as well. You see FSS is also located on this specific receiver for the upper. And other than that, really very similar. So really quick, let me take you out and we'll compare this to what the standard looks like. So here you can see this AX50. You can see here with my Mark 18 mod 0. So you see this is our blueprint for a big game, and then versus the same attachments on a base AX50. So really minor cosmetic changes, more so the color schema, and that's really about it. Some minor things you can see there to the receiver, different details on the receiver there for this specific weapon. So the weapon itself, what does it come with? Well, jump into it. It has no muzzle, so it comes with no muzzle, and cosmetically it does have that standard muzzle brake on the end of the rifle. The barrel has the 32-inch factory barrel, so this is going to help us with the pros being damage at range, bullet velocity, as well as recoil control. The cons being aim down sight speed and movement speed. So damage at range, obviously this is our longest barrel. It's going to be key for if you're sniping on ground war or any other game mode, if you want to get in those distance shots, specifically ground war. Bullet velocity, so that's also a plus. You decrease bullet drop specifically at longer ranges, and recoil control as well. So it's going to mitigate your recoil overall while firing the rifle. Next up, there is no laser on the blueprint. The optic comes with that variable zoom scope for the sniper rifle. So this is an advanced scope. You're able to toggle between 5 and 12.1 zoom. So optic glint visible to enemies. That's one key negative here. The pros being the magnification toggle, as we talked about, 5 to 12.1, and the cons being the aim down sight speed, since you do have a bit larger scope versus the standard sniper scope. Now, the stock for this specific rifle is going to have the Singard Arms Marksman. So, Singard Arms Marksman heavy duty stock keeps aiming steady for precision shots. So, the pros being aiming stability, obviously, and the cons being aim walking movement speed. So, if you're ADSing and you're trying to move, you're going to be very slow. But again, being a sniper, typically with this specific build that this blueprint has, you're going to be mostly posting up in places. So we can go ahead and accept that. Perk is going to be none. Now the blueprint comes with a grip, and that's going to be the granulated grip tape. So what this is going to do is assist us with our aiming stability as well as our aim walking steadiness. And the con being the aim walking movement speed for this particular blueprint. Next up, the ammo you can see is just a standard magazine. I believe it's 5 rounds, and you can see if we were to adjust, it comes with a base black, and if we were to adjust, it's just going to take on the regular color schemes of the magazines themselves. So a 7 round would switch colors to kind of match the upper receiver, that light brownish or greenish color, and then 9 would be black as well. So again, here pros is magazine capacity, cons ADS speed and movement speed. Now the final attachment for the underbarrel is going to be the only attachment possible, which is a bipod. So this is obviously crouch/prone recoil control. So this will really kind of make it so, especially if you're in prone, you won't need to hold your breath pretty much at all. And cosmetically, obviously, very aesthetic looking for this particular rifle. So let's look at what happens when we swap out attachments, because I know everyone likes to see what happens with the blueprints. So if we were to swap the barrels, luckily this is not really changing the handguard at all for the way this rifle is set up. It's only changing the barrel. So the only change you have with these different barrel sizes is going to be the muzzle brake at the end is just going to revert back from a black to match the same color, the silver or grayish of the barrel itself, right? So we'll go ahead and reselect our 32-inch factory barrel. The variable zoom, very little changes there to the scope as well. If we were to switch up to just a base sight, you can see it looks pretty much the exact same if we did like a thermal. So no real big changes there cosmetically. Now if we were to change up the buttstock and revert to the base, you can see it kind of takes back that initial black color. The Singuard Arms Evader, and well as the Singuard Arms Assassin there. So you're going to have purely black coloring on all of those, besides the Singuard Arms Marksman, which changes the camo for the blueprint itself. Now, next up we have the granulated grip tape. So this, if we were to switch this up here, sorry guys, doing this live, so I'm getting some messages here. So next up we have really just changing this. It's not going to change your grip too much, obviously pretty similar. So we'll go ahead and reselect that. Then we went over the ammo and then the bipod as well. If we were to just deselect that, that's what it would look like, right? So that's the rifle. I'll go ahead and show you the gameplay in the background for this particular rifle. This is actually my first, I think, actual video I've done showing the sniper rifle. So this one being the blueprint for the AX50. And again, I don't believe I've covered any base sniper rifles in my conversion series or anything like that. So I'm definitely not the best sniper specifically. I only really snipe in Spec Ops or in Ground War. Ground War I do really good on there, but I've been playing mostly realism lately. So the gameplay you're going to see in the background is realism, and I am playing against bots, so I'm not good enough to get in and try and snipe in an online realism mode with this rifle. Maybe if I were doing Ground War or something like that, but just so you guys have a feel of how this thing operates, I mean, you can build the same weapon with the same attachments. The blueprint itself really isn't doing anything but changing around some of the camo patterns, and you get a little bit more detail and changes to the upper receiver of the sniper rifle itself. So minor changes with the cosmetics of the weapon, but still overall aesthetically, I think it looks really neat. I do like the mix and match between the upper and lower as far as color schemes go. So typically, I think maybe I wouldn't. I saw this come up in the store the other day, and I wasn't too impressed by it. I thought it looked cool, but didn't really. Again, I'm not a big sniper, so I didn't go ahead and buy it. But because 100% of the profits do go to the Australian Relief Program for the bushfires to help wildlife, it was definitely a no-brainer for me today once I saw that. So definitely want to help out wherever I can. And 1,800 COD points. Why not? Especially because I don't really have my AX50 leveled up too much, so this will definitely help out when I go to play some ground wars or anything like that. I have some good attachments for the weapon and don't need to rely on the base scope, which has very little magnification level, and your bullet velocity with the standard barrel is also very low. So I found myself definitely struggling when I was using the base AX50 trying to level that up, but this one here, this is actually a really good overall blueprint. So if you don't have the AX50 leveled up and you're a sniper, I think this is definitely a good purchase for you as far as A, you're going to help out with the relief programs in Australia, and B, you have a pretty good AX50 to take into multiplayer, and you have pretty much some of the best attachments you can get on this specific rifle, and get right in and rock with it. So let me know what you guys think of this specific blueprint. Again, I'll be making some more videos coming up here about blueprints that I want to see up and coming. As I announced yesterday, Joel Emsley actually did reply to one of my tweets about a FSB Alpha AK-47 blueprint that I had, so maybe we'll see if they actually do that. But some of the things I'm going to be covering is, besides the FSB Alpha AK-47, some things like the XM8, different blueprints like that, maybe a 416 or some attachments we could get. So things that I would like to see, and I know you guys have been commenting, so let me know what kind of blueprints or even new weapons you guys want to see. As you know by now, if you've been following me, I think for blueprints, like I really love basically reskins of the weapons. So for example, if we were to take the AK-47 and reskin it to a Alpha FSB AK-47, that's basically you have your base AK-47 reskinned. Very similar to what they did with the zip tie for the M4. It gives it a pretty unique look to it. Another good idea I think would be the G36 and give it a blueprint to basically reskin it into an XM8. And actually those rifles are both made by H&K, and internally they're almost exactly the same. I believe the XM8 internal parts are slightly smaller, so it's not a one-to-one, but really they are the exact same weapon internally. It's just really an external change to the XM8 itself, and the XM8 was still in its infancy when it was when that program was canceled. It did make it pretty far in the bidding to possibly replace the AR-15, M16, M4 platforms back then. So definitely would be cool to see that. But let me know what kind of blueprints you guys want to see. Also be sure to check out my links down below in the description. I have my Twitter, Instagram, as well as my Twitch page over there. So we'll be starting up live streams hopefully tomorrow again. Definitely really busy with the holidays, so stay tuned for that. And really that's about it, guys. I'll leave you guys with this. Definitely if you have extra COD points kicking around, go ahead and purchase this. Help out the Australian Relief Fund for those wildfires that have just been raging for quite a while now and killed millions and millions of animals so far, it's looking like. So definitely doing whatever I can to help out there. So if you can afford it, go for it. If it's not your thing, definitely, you know, it's not a huge blueprint change for this as far as cosmetics go. So I can definitely understand if you're not interested in it, spending your money and saving it for blueprints. So I'm sure they'll be doing stuff like this down the road as well. Who knows how long those wildfires are going to be going on for. But again, let me know what kind of blueprints you want to see, any weapon conversion ideas that you want to see, and also upcoming maybe new weapons for Season 2 and beyond that you are hoping they're going to add. So love those discussions. Also, we do have a Discord that's up, so we're finalizing that now, and that'll be a good spot to communicate with the community, and you guys can leave like images of weapons, and we'll get some good discussions going, and I think that'll be awesome for the community going forward as well. So I'll go ahead and leave you guys just with the gameplay. Nothing special. Again, I'm not the greatest sniper. Specifically, I am running for my secondary. I'm running my Mark 18 Mod 0, so I'll have the link in the description for the conversion video that we did for that specific weapon as well, and it's also in my all M4 build. So let me know what you guys think of these of the blueprints of the pack overall. And until next time, Buffer and Gaming out.
Enemy at the farm. Personal radar drone ready. Copy. Falcon 01, personal radar coverage.
Changing back.
Precision airstrike ready. Personal radar destroyed. Phoenix 3, good copy. Strike inbound. West, good kill. Seconds. Time's up. Get moving.
in fair fights. A win is a win.